Absolute heat wave. I'm getting brown as fuck. I'm tanned up. I'm gonna make a separate video talking about your attractiveness and how you can maximize it. And being in the sun is one of them. So let's talk about life. Because I know sometimes it's stressful, right? And I know you're trying very, very hard, my friend. I know you're working every single day to try and escape the system, escape the matrix, whatever you want to call it. And I know you feel like you're running out of time. This causes you a level of stress. It causes you a degree of stress, doesn't it? Some days you wake up and you feel it. You feel it here. It's like you're tensed. Your abs are kind of constricted up. You feel that level of stress because you feel like time's running out and you feel like if I don't get rich soon, then I'll never be rich. Let's just consider that option for just a second. Now, usually I don't tell you boys to consider the worst case scenario. I don't tell you boys to feed into anything that takes power away from you. I always tell you, listen, only ever assume that you have one outcome and that is success, right? But just for the sake of this exercise, because there's something quite important we can learn from this. And I believe in balance, and I believe in tapping into different mindsets, right? And for this video, we are going to tap into almost a negative mindset. Consider for a second, you never get rich. Consider you just don't make it. You're stuck in the matrix for the rest of your life. Consider that for a second. Let's just say there was a curse put on you and you could never escape the system. You were destined to be a matrix slave forever. Now, although this is not going to happen, it's not true, because you watch my videos, you probably watch, some very other successful individuals that you can learn from, and it's almost pretty much impossible for you to fail and not achieve what you want, as long as you are dedicating your mind to it every single day. So it's most likely not going to happen, but even in a hypothetical universe, if it did, we have to make sure that we as men are equipped to survive and also thrive in any circumstance/scenario. So even if we were in an unideal circumstance, such as working a 9-to-5 job, such as being stressed and feeling pressure every single day because we're trying to escape that system, we have to still be able to not only thrive in those circumstances and perform at our absolute best, even when we're not feeling too good, even when we're feeling quite negative emotions, we have to still make sure we can be competent enough to achieve what we want, right? Second to that, we also have to make sure we're fucking enjoying life. I know I say this a lot, but I really want to drill this in, because if you are anything like me, you probably are so dedicated to your goals. You probably got it on your mind right now as you watch this video. Your goals are floating around somewhere in your brain, which is amazing. Because the more that you focus your mental energy onto something, the more ideas you're going to get, the more opportunities are just going to flow towards you, the more your eyes will be open to making that thought a reality. So it's a good thing that you're thinking about it non-stop, but I also want to preach to you, because I don't want you to make the same mistakes as me. Big bro to little bro, I don't want you to make the same mistakes. What is that mistake, I hear you ask? It's staying in this kind of war mode. It's staying in this work mode. It's staying in this stressful, pressurizing, emotional state for longer than I need to be. Now, let's say in any circumstance, no matter what happens to you on this earth, you want to make sure that you still have the mental resilience and the positivity to be able to not only survive it, but also to just enjoy whatever's going on. No matter how, you might be in a war zone. This is what soldiers call dark humor. And I spoke about this previously before, but you could be in the most bleak situation, such as a war zone, being shot at, and still find a reason to smile and laugh. That is the level of mental resilience that you need to acquire as a young man. So when I say this to you, let me break down what it is I actually mean and why it's important for you. Because if you're focused on your goals every day, you're waking up and you're committed to it and you're on your routine and you're doing all your task lists every single day, you're very disciplined and you sacrifice a lot in your present moment. You sacrifice time with people that you would maybe like to spend time with. Let me talk about balance for a second, right? And I know, balance is for pussies, that was the mindset I used to have as well, right? Balance is for pussies. If you're not 100% on one side of the extreme, then you're a pussy. Just not how it works. Please don't make the same mistakes. Stress is an emotional state, just like fear, just like anger, just like happiness, whatever you want to call it. It's an emotional state, and emotions are just simply energy that you have created through your thoughts. Okay, and oftentimes your thoughts respond to reality. So sometimes something can happen to you in the real world. You will get a thought, excuse me, probably a negative one, and then you'll feel a certain emotion in response to that thought. So with that being said, we understand we can control our emotions, correct? You understand that right now, even if you were surrounded by negativity, if you literally had such level of control over your brain, which is almost impossible, but it still shows the level of emotional control that you can have. If you only thought positive thoughts 100% of the time, you would only ever feel positive emotion, wouldn't you? Obviously, like everything in life, yin and yang, there has to be a balance. There has to be negative emotions in order to appreciate positive emotions and vice versa. But back to the point, stress is fuel, stress is energy. But if you're operating from a place of negative emotion every single day, oh, I feel stressed, I've got to get this done, I've got to get this job done, or I've got to go to the gym, I've got to get this work done, I need to get rich, I need to do this, I need to do that. If you're operating in this mindset and this emotional state all the time, you will never, ever take time out to enjoy the present moment, to enjoy the people that you've got in your life. And what kind of life is that? And I know this sounds quite like soft, maybe, I guess you could say, like, oh, you've got to be 100% disciplined all the time, otherwise you're a pussy. Don't take it in a soft way. Take this with an open mind, and please consider the fact that I've gone through all the same mistakes that you will face at some point, and I've had to sit there, low as fuck, stressed, confused, overthinking, not quite knowing where to go forward with it. But then I've come out the other side and found the solution, which I'm now about to preach to you. Balance is everything. You can tap into that stressful mindset of, oh, I've got this to do, I've got that to do, I've got to do this, I've got to get rich. You can tap into that pressurizing mindset where you literally put responsibility and stress onto yourself. You can do that if you want. But you don't want to live there. That's the point. You don't want to live there, because if you did live there, when are you ever going to take time out to just sit with your mum and tell her that you love her? When are you going to take time out to sit with your baby sister and just watch her as she learns to walk? When are you going to take time out to look deeply into your girl's eyes as she speaks and says things to you? To truly create memories on this one spin of the earth that you've got. Because if you're always in that stress/pressurizing mindset, always focusing on the next task, always focusing on work, always focusing on escaping the matrix, even if you are working in a 9-to-5, there is no excuse why you can't enjoy your life. And this comes back to the first point that I made, was even if you don't make it, even if the worst case scenario happens and you are stuck in the matrix forever, if you know for 100% certainty that you'd be fine, because you can find the positives in every situation, you can tap into a present mindset and enjoy any situation that you're in. I'm trying to dodge the fucking wind, that's why I'm spinning around so much. Then you'll be okay no matter what happens to you in this world. You will be okay, and that gives you a level of confidence in yourself and also a level of just peace. Now, stress is good, don't get me wrong. I don't think you should eliminate stress, and I don't think it's possible to eliminate stress unless you be a monk and you're just in complete 100% control of your mind 100% of the time, and you never do anything other than meditate and sit in the woods. But that's not, realistic, is it? So let's be realistic. Stress is a part of life. You shouldn't cut it out, because it's a very, very motivating and powerful energy source. You should tap into it. Some days, wake up and say, right, shit, I've got work to do. Let me fully focus on my work. Let me, maybe sacrifice some time with the people I'd like to spend time with to get this work done so I can make some money, so I can provide myself with financial freedom. Cool. But just don't forget to enjoy life as you build your empire. And I say this all the time, and God forbid, you might die tomorrow, and maybe I will too. And if you've spent the past decade of your life just thinking about work, money, and never ever taking time to appreciate the things that you already have, taking time to appreciate the sunshine as I sit here on this beautiful day in nature with the birds around me, just breathing in fresh air, my family back home, my baby sister, my mum, my little brothers, never taking time out to just sit away from my fucking phone, completely away, not even in your don't put that shit in your pocket. Radiation, EMFs, lowest testosterone, don't put it in your pocket. Put it upstairs somewhere, turn it off, go downstairs and just go and sit with your family and just look around you and just take in the present moment. Enjoy it. Taking time to sit with your girl as she talks to you about her mundane, oh, I got my nails done, what do you think of this colour? The boring stuff. Take time and just sit and be genuinely interested in her point of view in the world. Genuinely enjoy it. Smile as you walk to your 9-to-5, because you get to walk. Your legs still work. You're still alive, you're still breathing, you've still got a fighting chance. You're still here. You've survived 100% of all of the bad that the world has thrown at you. All of the bad days you've ever had, you've survived all of them, because you're still here watching this video today. So there's no excuse why you can't just get up today, smile, and enjoy the process of you building your empire, you building your legacy, you striving towards the life that you want. Tap into stress every now and then if you need it. If some months I'm having a rough month and I'm broke and, the rent's due, sure, I'll tap into a stressful mind. I'll allow myself to feel stressed. because that's fuel. It makes sure that I can't procrastinate. I have no choice because I'm feeling stressed 100% of the time. So bam, we've got to get the work done. And until the work's done, I won't allow myself to relax or to be present or to meditate, etc. I'll be just fully in that work mode, in that war mode, right? Yeah, cool, that's great every now and then. But you don't want to live there. You don't want to wake up every day and be in that work, stressed, pressure mindset. It's not good to be around. No one wants to be around you when you're like that. You're quite irritated. And the energy that you're giving off is just negative. People don't want to be around that, number one. But number two, it's not good for you either to stay in that state of mind forever. Fucking hell, it's sweating, bruv. Just enjoy it. You're here once. You have literally one precious life. You will never, ever get to experience this existence as you ever again. So enjoy it while you are here. Take time to smile. Take time to go away from your phone and sit with the people you love. To enjoy nature and fresh air and actually give your eyes a bit of a break from staring at the screen all day. You know, go for a run or something and breathe in the fresh air and take in the world around you. Go and take a girl out on a date and just be fully present and enjoy it. Go and have sex and fully enjoy it without this anxiety, stressful fucking mindset. Don't worry about shit so much. And again, there's a balance to absolutely everything. If you never ever worried about anything ever, you'd never get anything done. But if you were always worrying about everything and always stressed, you'd never get to enjoy life. So you have to find the balance and tap into these both different mindsets. If I'm on a date with a girl, or if I'm spending time with a girl, or going around to a house, whatever, nothing else in the world other than our time together matters at that moment. That's when I tap into the mindset of, okay, everything's temporary, nothing really matters, I'm going to die one day. That's when I tap into that mindset, because it allows me to just be at peace and be fully present, because nothing matters anyway, right? I'm going to die one day, so who gives a fuck? So that's when I tap into that mindset of peace and presence and just enjoying life, you know? And then maybe I'll wake up the next day and be like, okay, I've got some work to do today. That's when I might allow stress to build up a little bit. Mild stress. You don't want to be fucking, you know, off your nut, cracked through the roof on steroids, but just, you know, a little bit of build up, a little bit of energy to be like, right, shit, I've got some stuff to do today. Okay, cool, let's go and get it done. Balance is absolutely everything, but please just remember to enjoy your life. Remember to smile. Remember to enjoy the fact that you are on this journey. You know, laugh about it. Don't get so caught up in negativity. Don't get so caught up in things that, you know what, one day they're not going to matter. You're going to look back and it's just going to be another story to tell. It's going to be another thing that you're grateful for because it made you who you were. Just please enjoy your life. That's all I ask, because I've gone through the same thing, man. Recently, and the reason I'm telling this story is because, or giving you this value is because recently today actually, I've had a brokey month, like I spoke about in a previous video. I've had a month where it's really stressful. I've had to hustle hard to sort myself out this month and to pay the rent and shit. And it happens, it's business, right? It's life, everything fluctuates, and you've got to be prepared for all eventualities. But you've also got to be able to, you know, survive all eventualities. If I got to this situation and I stopped enjoying life, I was like, oh, well, make myself a victim. I'm just going to start taking drugs and, you know, drinking alcohol because, oh, my life's shit. No, enjoy the fucking stress, enjoy the pressure, enjoy the brokey months. Laugh at it. Find some sort of humour in there. You know what I mean? I'll have a joke with my mum and say, oh, you know, I'm fucking the homeless crackheads in your house again, you know, begging for food. Like, whatever. You just turn things into a joke and it allows you to enjoy it and actually just perform at your most optimal as well. If you're in a positive energy flow, you just perform better in every realm of life. So, yeah, I recently had a strugglesome month, I guess you could say. And instead of crying about it and you know, being a victim, I just enjoyed the stress. But there was moments that month where, today in particular, obviously I've been on my phone a lot, right? Because I make money through my phone and hustling through my phone, networking, etc., etc. I'm on my phone a lot. And my family noticed that. And they said to me, do you know what? My nan said to me, my grandma came round and she said, oh, are you guys coming round tomorrow? As in, like, you coming around to my house tomorrow, as in to the whole family, right? And they were like, yeah, we're coming around. And then she asked me, and I was like, oh, yeah, maybe. I said, maybe. And she said, why? What have you got on? I was like, oh, I've just got some work to do. I've got, you know, pay rent and stuff. But then it hit me, because she said something to me. I was like, oh, just, you know, you can do your work over there. Just come and see me. And it hit me, and I was like, for fuck's sake, bro, I'm literally sacrificing time with the people that I love more than anything in this world. I would happily be homeless as long as they were still alive and healthy and in my life. I'd happily just have absolutely no money in the bank. That's how priceless these things are. And I was spending that time, well, I've got to make money, I've got to send emails, I've got to fucking upload community posts on YouTube, I've got to record videos. Every now and then, bro, you've got to tap into a mindset where you sacrifice making money and fucking work. Because what's the worst that can happen? Let's say you lost absolutely everything. You were homeless, you lost everything, you had no money. Even if that happened, you still have the mental capabilities as a human being to still enjoy life. Even if you're at the worst, you were fucking homeless, broke, no money, that was quite liberating. You have no worries. You could still find a way to enjoy your life, even if you're at that moment. Have you seen the homeless guy walking down the street and he's just smiling? And you're like, how the fuck is he so happy? He has no house, he has no money. Because you always have, through the power of your mind, the ability to be happy, to be positive, to enjoy things. So don't fucking worry so much, but then do, right? That's the confusing mindfuck about the world, is you have to find balance. It's literally the key to everything that you are struggling with, is find balance. Find that equilibrium between both extremes. Don't worry about things all the time, because it's, not a very nice way to live, but don't go through the world not worrying about everything ever, because you'd never get anything done. You understand the point, right? Please keep that in mind and don't make the same mistakes, because I was willing to sacrifice time with my family and my loved ones and my nan. Tomorrow, the day I'm recording this video is Saturday, and I was supposed to go around Sunday tomorrow. I was willing to literally sacrifice time with them to make more money and pay the rent. And obviously, it's essential, I've got to pay the fucking rent, of course. But what's one day gonna do? What's a couple hours gonna do? Do you know what I mean? You've got to just enjoy the life. Even no matter how shit your situation may be, you've got to still enjoy your life as you're working on your goals. So just please remember that, okay? The coaching's down below if you want to learn more from me and my mistakes and experiences, so you don't have to make the same ones. You can literally save yourself years. I hope that really drills into your brain. You could save yourself years of having to go through this confusing mindfuck of landmines and not knowing where to go in life and not knowing what decision to make. You could save yourself that time by talking to me, because I've been there and done it. And I don't mean that in an arrogant way. I mean that in a way where I can just genuinely grab your hand and help you and show you the landmines so you don't have to step on them. Understood? Down below in the description. Make the right decision. See you soon. Bam.